Are the expectations that you have of yourself actually yours, or were they given to you by somebody else? As a CBT therapist, a cognitive behavioral therapist, one of the things that I work on with the majority of my clients is something called core beliefs. Core beliefs are the ideas and the beliefs that we hold about ourselves, others, and the world. Now, these beliefs can be global beliefs, like all humans are like this, all people are that, all businesses are X, right? It's a global belief about all things. Now, we also have personalized individual beliefs. So, for example, I am a good person. I am this, I am that, I'm worthless, I'm not good enough, I'm this, that, and the other. And our core beliefs ultimately end up shaping the expectations, the ideas, and the assumptions that we hold about ourselves. But where do they actually come from? How do we determine these? How do we know if our expectations are actually ours? For the grand majority of people, unless you've actually been in therapy and you've actually worked on this, or if you had good role models around you, the expectations that you have about yourself didn't actually come from you. You didn't sit down one day and say, this is what I expect of myself because these are my values. These are the core beliefs that I aspire to live by. These are the aspirations that I have. And therefore, these are the expectations that I'm going to hold of myself. No. What typically ends up happening is through a byproduct and a process called social learning theory. So social learning theory is we grow up in a certain environment around a certain group of people. We are born into a certain family, and we end up adopting the beliefs, the ideas, the expectations, the desires, the wishes, the so on and so forth of those people, of that group. It's why someone is born and they're in a family that's Christian, and others are born in a family where they practice Buddhism. Someone's born in a family that everyone goes to private school, and another goes in a family where they're all in charter school, right? It's based on who you're around. Now, there's obviously personal factors that dive into that, but for the sake of this video, we're not going to dive into that. So we ultimately learn who we are, our place in the world, how the world works, and how we are supposed to live as a byproduct of who's around us. Now, that can either be really great, which for the most people, that's actually not true. For most people, they actually grow up in environments that have these very set, rigid beliefs, ideas, and standards about what it means to be in that family, what it means to be a person. And we are taught from a very young age that in order to belong, in order to be here with us in this family, in this culture, in this religion, in this class, in this school, of this race, of this gender, you have to do this specific thing. And if you don't, we are going to threaten your belonging. Now, no one outright says that. I mean, some people do. They're like, if you don't conform, if you're under my house, it's my rules. And if not, get the hell out. Like, it's a very common experience that a lot of us have. Now, again, not everybody has said that verbatim, but a lot of people do go through experiences like that. So we go through life never really actually understanding and identifying, okay, who am I? Without the pressure, without the desires and needs and opinions and beliefs of other people, who am I? What do I want? What matters to me? What do I care about? That doesn't really happen. We're born into a certain set of circumstances that puts us in a certain box, and we're basically forced to conform to it. And for most of us who have gone in those situations, who have been born into those situations, there were also a lot of expectations put on you. You had to look a certain way. You had to act a certain way. You had to live a certain way. And based on that, you developed core beliefs about yourself, about whether you fit that mold or not, and what that then meant about you. So there might have been an unrealistic expectation set here. You didn't fit it. And so then you start having all of these negative beliefs and ideas about yourself. What's even worse is that you actually thought it was because there was something wrong with you, and not that there was something wrong with the expectations that were being set, or the ideas that were being thrown at you, or the standards you were forced to live by that you never even chose. Most of us are living a life based on the expectations that have been set for us by the people around us. And we've developed core beliefs about ourselves as a byproduct of it. So ultimately, we didn't get to choose who we are, and now we're living a life based on that. What have been the expectations that have been put on you? What were the narratives? What were those messages? What did it mean if you didn't fit that? Because I guarantee what's happening in your life right now, if you're struggling in your life, you're probably having these unrealistic standards and expectations that you're now telling yourself you don't even need the external people anymore. Now it's become a part of who you are, and you're forcing those standards. You're holding those expectations. You're expecting yourself to conform to something that you didn't even choose in the first place. Makes so much sense. But we don't know it when we're in it, because that's just what's normal. It's not normal, but it became normalized because so many people, so many families, so many cultures live that way. This is what we do. How many of you grew up in a house that was like that? I 10 out of 10 did. It was like, to be in this family, we do this. And I'm like, yeah, but why? And it's like, because I said so. Oh, cool. Great explanation. But you can't fight it because you're a kid. What are you going to do? So you have to conform. And then you start believing it. Oh, I'm bad because I can't do X, Y, and Z. But do you actually want to do that? Did you actually set that standard for yourself, or did they tell you that you have to do it, and then they convinced you that somehow you're bad because you can't, but they don't know why they want you to do it? That's their trauma and their conditioning. Take some time and really think about, what are the standards and the expectations that I have set for me? Are they actually helping me? Now, sometimes yes, right? Sometimes it's like, I'm a perfectionist and everything has to be perfect. And because I am that way, I get good grades and I do well at work. Sure, but like, how's the rest of your life as a byproduct of that? Is it going well? Can you sleep at night? How's your anxiety? How's your relationships with others? Not great? Some of the things that are helpful in like one particular area cause a lot of harm in others. So back to my original question, is it helping you? Is it actually helping you to be the person you want to be? Is it helping you to be able to live the life that you want? Do you even know what kind of life you want? What are the expectations that have been set for you? When did you start to believe it? Who's the person that you've believed that you're supposed to be, and why? If you actually gave yourself permission to take some time and think about, who do I want to be? What's the life that I want to live? What would that look like? At Evolve Ventures, the organization that I helped start and that I work as a CBT therapist at, we take our clients through exercises like this all the time. It's something called Socratic questioning. You get down, deeper, deeper, deeper. You end up realizing, and you answer all these questions, you end up realizing, I have not been living my life for myself. I've never identified what I actually want. I've never lived life in a way that felt true to me, and it's why I feel absolutely miserable. And what we'll do is we'll take people through actually reorienting that and making their lives feel actually like it's good for them. But start here. Ask yourself those questions. Did I choose it? If I could, what would I do differently? Who's the person that I actually want to be if I let myself? And then what's one small step that I can take to make a change? What's maybe a new expectation I can hold of myself? What's a new standard that I can hold for me? What's a belief that maybe isn't serving me anymore? Maybe it served me in the past, but it's not serving me based on the person I want to be. If you ask yourself these questions and you get masterful at asking yourself these questions, you're gonna start to see that most of your life was not lived by choice. It was lived by force. It was lived by the expectations that were set for you by people who needed you to live a certain way in order for them to be okay. But today you get to do it differently. So it starts here. And if this is something that you want help with, if you don't feel like you can do this on your own, that's okay. Drop a comment down below or send me a DM and let's work together. Let's see how we can help you live a life that's actually meant for you on your terms, in your own way. I can't wait to see you there.